Hi, good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee. Good morning to you, whether you're watching this in the morning or not, or you're having coffee, or you're having your evening beverage, whatever it is. Today, we're going to talk about attunement. What are you tuning into? Super important. I want you to get kind of keyed into that so that you can focus on what you would like to have. I'm not talking about manifesting, I'm talking about recognizing energy and our energetics and what we are bringing into our lives or drawing into our lives and what we're turning up the volume on. And sometimes it feels like we can't, like we don't have a lot of control over what's happening and what we're being bombarded with as far as energetics. And the truth is, we do. We have to be in tune. We have to be aware. And so let's do that. Let's talk about that today.
Let's do that. Let's talk about that.
All right. So on my thumbnail, I had a picture of one of my singing bowls. I have several. We have several here. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. This one is in the office often. So we're going to start by using this to align the energy vibrationally. I use things like music or like the singing bowl to help to clear the space. I will just use it, just a simple little ding, walking in and out of the room to help with setting the tone or setting the space. It's that simple. I also have radios, like old school radio CD players here in this room and outside of this room. I often will have the radio just playing all the time downstairs here in this lower level with just instrumental music going, like a public radio station, that kind of a thing, just to keep the vibrational energy, things moving. It's the equivalent energetically to having a window open, which you can also use as well to help with energy in your space. But I'm talking about yours and my energy personally, our personal energy. Okay. So we're going to use this to start, to set the tone, set the space, set the stage for our conversation today in our Sunday morning coffee. It doesn't have to be loud, doesn't have to rock your world. It can, because you and I both know that a really good rock and roll song can help you with whether you're studying or you're taking a break and you just need to dance it out, work it out, you're cleaning the shower, or maybe you're exercising. Great music really can attune you, can't you? Can't it? Yes, it can, but sometimes just a gentle, soft little vibrational tone can help soothe and ease us into our conversation this morning. Good morning in the chat. Nice to see you. I actually have my Sunday morning coffee mug on today. Here we go. Here's my Sunday morning. This is the OG. This is for the OGs. Sunday morning coffee mug. Yes, you might have one of these. You may have one. If you don't, you can get one. It's in the merch. Yeah. It has come into my very stubborn awareness that as an empath, I myself am avoidant to my responsibility as far as energetics go. I have had a lot happen to me in the last year, as I'm sure you have too. There's a lot going on in the world, and our psychic sensitivity and our energetics, the things that connect us and help support us, also are things that sometimes overwhelm us and short circuit us in the global scheme of things right now. I'll just say that. We'll leave it at that. It is important to have kind of an attunement check every once in a while and to recognize that regardless of what's up externally or with the other people in our lives who are giving us inputs, who are bringing in debris potentially, energetics. I'm thinking of the imagery of the water element. So we'll honor that as it's coming in. Many of us have been impacted by water recently. There's been lots of flooding here in Minnesota. The water element and the flow, it's carrying debris and even like trees that have been old timey trees that are just like just dead and haven't kind of lost their footings yet, or being kind of brought up and carried down the river, that kind of thing. I'm getting that imagery. And in terms of us, of you and I and our energetics. So if you think about that as like the flow and the flood coming into you and all the extra debris that's kind of gathering and kind of bottlenecking and then causing the energy or the water to kind of overflow onto the shores, and everything kind of expands to find its way to keep moving, right? It's like life finds its way to keep moving. And as empathic people, that can be so, so, so overwhelming, especially if you're already dealing with anxiety or depression, or you have kids or family members or loved ones or people you're in relationship with who are dealing with things and struggling already with like addictions or things that are creating more and more debris that comes into you. And to no fault of our own, it's not our responsibility. It's not our job as people who love people to fix them, to change them, to make their lives better. Our jobs, really, our focus energetically is to make our space, our internal alignment be as healthy and as an integrity as it can be for who we are as a spirit, who I am as a spirit, and who you are as a spirit, and where you are at on the path. We do get so distracted with the excess debris that comes in toward us and to us, and it creates a lot of pressure, and it can be a real easy way to avoid our own stuff, our own internal process, our own internal focus, our purpose for what we are dealing with and maybe bringing into fruition at this time, our dreams, our desires. We just had that new moon. We just had that first new moon in July. And that opens up opportunity for dreamy states and for the what ifs. And at this juncture, where we're at right now, with that excess energy of the water element and the new moon energy, which is kind of mysterious and mystical, it can almost bring us into a state of intellectually and in our ego minds of reminiscing, of looking back, of taking stock of, or comparison in ways that maybe are not healthy. And that also creates an avoidance and distracts us from what we can do right now, which is attunement. We can become in tune with what is healthy, what is in integrity, what is in alignment for us and our purpose, what is for us as unique individual soul beings. I'm not suggesting that you forget about everybody else and just do your own thing and focus on yourself. But I am suggesting that there is a way that we kind of become victims to ourselves in the avoidance piece, where we don't claim our responsibility for our own energetics. And not just the way that we impact or influence other people, but the way we're impacting ourselves. We're log jamming ourselves. We are creating our own debris fields inside of our flow state, inside of those chakras, inside of those energetics within us. And it's natural at times to get distracted and to use avoidance tactics or tools like other people's drama. We get drawn into other people's drama instead of dealing with our own. We get distracted by that, or other people's needs, and then we kind of compare, and we fall into that comparison, which is an avoidance tactic. Or we go into a place where we look back and we're like, we can have some regret, we can have some resentment, we can have some additional energy or emotion that's coming to us from something that has occurred years ago, months ago, or other lifetimes ago that can kind of become confusing. Then we can use that confusion energy, that drama, that chaotic energy to avoid what is right here and right now. So, what is the goal then? The goal in attunement is presence, is to be aware of what is here in the now for you. And I know that there's a delicate balance between working on our own shit and healing our own stuff and participating and engaging in life, moving ahead and bringing our full selves to the table and showing up for life, whether it be for your job as a cashier or your job as a student or as a caregiver or as a CEO, an entrepreneur, perhaps. It doesn't matter what the role is. It matters what today is, what the now is. What are you attuning to? Because what you're attuning to, what you're tuning into is the frequency and the vibration that you're allowing to be you. You are becoming one with that vibration. And so when you feel like when you feel too much excessive energy coming from the past into the present, it might be because there's an opportunity to release the overwhelm, to hold that sacred container and to do a clearing, to do a personal healing. Maybe it's time for sound healing. Maybe it's time for tapping. Maybe EFT is going to help you with that. Maybe it's time for a nice walk in nature. Maybe it's time for a deep journaling dive. There can be a whole host of tools that you can use to kind of go into that space to allow yourself to be in that container. But most of the time, okay, we are using the past stuff to distract us from today. And then today becomes the past. And then we're missing out. We're missing out what the most important thing is, which is the purpose is to live here and now in the present moment. And I know empaths, I know psychic and tuned people who are watching here on Above Life channel. I know you and your intuition. You know there's so many different timelines. They're kind of merging and converging and are floating down the river together. There's multiple streams of consciousness, and that alone can be confusing. So don't use all of this to avoid this. So drop into the heart space. Be connected here at the heart. Use the heart as the balancing, okay, as that alignment, that attunement, that pranic tube of the spine to align, and then use it also to balance across, to expand the energy that is around you, encompassing you and folding you to create a place of harmonization, a place where you can harmonize. So you can work on healing stuff. You can be present in the now moment, and you can foster or hatch dreams for the future. You can do all of these things at the same time, at simultaneously. They're happening all at once anyway. But with your consciousness, focus on that center point of energy, that little dot in the center of the heart space, right at the point of that balancing energy, and be here, right here now. Just and create some space for you to move, create some space for energy to move and flow. Allow the harmonization of the vibrations that are multiple and beautiful and sometimes chaotic, but are diverse and fluid. Okay. Don't get caught up in any one thing. So, the way that I would suggest feeling this, or the way that this might be showing up for you, I know for me it has been, is in my thoughts and recognizing that I know that my thing in part is I think too much. I overthink. I think and think and think and think and go into spirals. And I have lots of stories then that start to play out that are attached to other times, things from the past, maybe even things from other lifetimes. And then that storyline, those thoughts amplify a storyline or access a storyline that is really not helpful for me at all. It's not even close to alignment. It's not even close to attunement. It's not even in integrity with who I am now. It is an avoidance tactic to being in the present where the power is. And why does my brain do that? Why do my thoughts do that? It's not because my ego wants to cause me pain or force me into a place of submission, but it's because of this instinctive survival mechanism, this traumatic response that we all have within us to survive, survive, survive. And we've been mistaken where survival turns into thrival, or being thriving and persistent and dedicated and scrappy and have so much grit and warrior like energy. Fight, 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 fight. We've been taught and brought into this kind of falsehood of how that struggle, that fight, is part of this like beautiful story of triumph and overcoming adversity and this human conditioning. Yes, we all have overcoming that we do on a daily basis. For some it is chronic pain. For others, it is a abusive relationship. For others, it is childhood trauma. For others, it is just could be a whole host of things. Okay. Oh, my nose is like, just a minute, itchy, just a sec. Just a minute. Gotta get my tissue. Woo. Somebody's thinking of me. Oh, my nose is itchy. Oh, okay. It can be a whole host of things. Okay. Coming back into our center point, in our heart space. It's really simple. Okay. We have power and control. Even though our minds are trained or have tried to create an air of safety through some of the tactics of like thinking and patterning and thoughts that then kind of derail us or take us into a place where then we don't act because we're not in the present moment. We feel too overwhelmed with past emotional trauma or past emotional memory or the residual kind of effects of those things. And then it clouds us in this now moment where we want clarity. And it's not just about action, it's about being in a state where you are in harmony, where you are harmonizing. Now, this might be like a form of peace, a form of self-compassion. This might be the desire for self-love. This might be cutting yourself some slack, not talking so negatively to yourself, being really aware of the thoughts that you're having. And when you're starting to do the spiral thing and you're starting to do the hamster wheel of thought, acknowledge what it is, call it out. Say, oh, okay, here's the pattern. And just call it that. Say, oh, here's my pattern. And just by doing that, you it drops. Like it takes all the energy momentum away. So then you're not attuning to the old cycle, the old story, the old pattern. You are stopping it. And you're not fighting it. You're not fighting against it, trying to overcome it and creating this adverse conflict. You're just going, oh, yeah, that's a pattern. So instead, into my heart space, dropping into that center point, that little dot of light in the center, and just being in this place of harmonization. That's it. I'm like, oh, this is a pattern. I've literally been saying that over and over and over again the last few weeks. Oh, this is a pattern. Oh, this is a storyline that I'm playing out. And then I literally say, oh, these are the thoughts that I'm having. This is the storyline. So I'm observing it. I'm calling it out. I'm giving a voice to it. It's not this mysterious thing that I have no control over energetically. And oh, I'm just such a victim of energy. And I'm such an empath and I'm such a wimp and I'm so weak and I just can't do anything because it's just so hard. And yeah, sometimes it is too hard. Sometimes the feelings in this now moment are hard. Sometimes I feel I have heavy days energetically and it's hard to do stuff. And that's okay. My thought pattern and process isn't going to tell me that I suck. And if it starts to tell me that I suck, or, oh, you can't do anything, or, oh, you can't do this, or, oh, you're never going to be healthy again, and you're never going to be this again, and you're never going to be loved, you're never going to, whatever that thought pattern and process, and I'm like, this is a pattern. So instead, I'm going to be in this now moment, and I'm going to accept the fact that I don't feel great in the moment. I might be having a hard day, a heavy day. I might have had a rough night, emotional challenges. I might have just been sick. I might have had a kid that was sick and I was up all night. So I'm sleep deprived. Who knows what the circumstances are? But I can say, hey, here's where I'm at right now. And I'm going to be nice to myself. Okay. And being nice to myself doesn't mean I'm going to go get a coffee and donuts. It just means I'm going to say, hey, you're human. You're human. This is where you're at right now in this now moment. It doesn't mean the whole day is going to suck. It doesn't mean you always suck. It doesn't mean every freaking day from now until eternity you suck. It just means in this moment, I don't feel great. And so I'm going to let myself be gentle on myself. I'm not going to tell myself I suck and try to motivate myself by telling myself bad things about me. What is the point of that? Is the point of that? And the ego mind will do that because it thinks like a coach, like it's trying to motivate you, like bad TV shows from the 70s, where the coaches are total assholes to the people to get them to motivate them, to inspire them. Well, no, nowadays people just go, yeah, okay, whatever, I give up. So do that fast, give up fast, and then get on your own team. Okay. Be on your own side. Okay. I'm not saying you have to go from like, oh, I feel like crap to, oh my God, life is so good. I'm so grateful. Everything's wonderful. I'm not saying that either. Come on. That's completely unrealistic. That's why people talk about toxic positivity. I'm talking about harmonizing your energy. I'm talking about letting yourself have shitty days and it's not a shitty life. And recognizing that thought patterns that are coming up are attuning your energy. So just call them out. You don't have to make them bad. Don't make the thoughts bad because they're serving a purpose. They're giving you the opportunity for awareness. And from awareness comes alignment. And from alignment, you can have clarity. And clarity will give you so many opportunities that you haven't seen before. And it will inspire you and naturally motivate you. See how this works? See how this works? Mm-hmm. This is how we roll on Sunday morning coffee. Oh, yes, this is how we roll. Do you see the sun's coming out too? We should call it sunny morning coffee. I want to say hi to the chat. Grab my specs. I got my coffee shirt on today. I'm not in a bad mood at all. I'm in a really good mood, actually. Hey, Temple, nice to see you. Vianne. Hey, I thought of you the other day, actually. I thought of your name. I was thinking of Diane for some reason. And then I thought, oh, Vianne. I was thinking of names for the dog. Lisa, nice to see you. Aaron, hello. Glad you're here. Anna, nice to see you. Every time I see the name Anna, I think Anna and Elsa. Because that's my Disney vibes, That's my Disney vibes. All right, let's do the singing bowl again to give ourselves some permission to just kind of come into energetic alignment, to feel good inside your heart space, just to honor, support your heart space, kind of like vitamins. Can do that. Now, I'm going to just make a mention about singing bowls. So I personally have had experiences with singing bowls. Like, I don't like sound baths. It shocks me. It's like too intense for me. Because of the multiple, I think, vibrations and in my body, my body doesn't love it, and neither does my energy. Okay. It usually kind of makes me sick, to be honest. It creates like, whoa. And I get that for some people, they love that. It's like, oh, I can feel the energy moving and it's clearing me. And I'm like, okay, no thanks. Too intense for me. So when you do things that are sound based, do something that feels good for you, that sounds good for you. And there's not a one size fits all. And if you go to like a yoga class and there's like that option to do that and it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean you're a big loser or you're not healthy. It just means it's maybe not your attunement at that moment. It doesn't harmonize for you at that moment. And that's okay. That's okay. There's something for everybody. It's not one size fits all. And it's not one day fits all either, over and over and over again. Or it's not, every day is not the same. Like it doesn't always fit. The same things don't always work energetically for you. I know for me, they don't. That's why you have lots of tools. That's why you have oils and rocks and crystals and sage and different types of things that you use for smoke and burn and incense and all of that, right? There's totally completely different tools. Okay. All right. So bowls are different sizes. This one, I love the sound of this one. Actually, I commandeered this one. There were, I think, 4 or 5 new ones that came in, and I took this one. I've had it for a while now. I traded it for my other one because I love the sound of this one. Plus, I love just the beautiful brass, the gold. Do you know who this reminds me of? Who might the gold energy remind me of? Oh, yes, that's right. Archangel Gabriel. Oh, yes, Archangel Gabriel, one of my favorites for communication and connection. Working with archangels is wonderful. They are not dogmatic. They work with everyone. They are beautiful and inspired spiritual energy. And I personify them. They have personal traits, human traits for me, because that's how it works for me with my brain to be able to accept and receive them. It's just been like that since day one, which was, 20 years ago this year, actually. 20 years this year. It's my 20th psychic birthday is in October this year. Oh, wow. I'll be out of my teen years. Oh, what does that mean? I'm an adult psychic now? Oh, I don't know. But the gold reminds me of Archangel Gabriel. Lovely. Color is also vibrational as well. But you can use music. You can use any type of music. You can use a drum. You can use a rattle. You can use anything that is in alignment for you. Maybe you play an instrument. Maybe you play the guitar. Use what feels in alignment for you. Find that center point. Harmonize the energy. Okay? Nice. Let's take a breath in. And then exhale out collectively. Just soften the energy around the heart chakra, the heart space. Giving yourself permission to just come into alignment right across the chest here. There's a nice meridian that goes right across the chest. Sometimes we overemphasize and use this. It's like the heaviness, the weights that you carry, the emotional baggage or energy in the back and the past, whether it be this timeline or other timelines. So I'm giving you a moment here to be able to set some of that down if you want to. If you're so inclined to feel that, to loosen up the shoulders by setting down those big knapsacks of rocks and boulders of past crap. You can pick them back up when we're done. That's fine. Just set them down for right now. Like maybe you're carrying the water. You're chopping wood, carrying water. That's where you're at right now on your journey. Hey, whatever. That's fine. I see you. Just set down the big buckets of water. Come into your body. Loosen up that energy at that heart space right here. The goal is to get to this heart space right here. Yeah, right here. Just a little dot right in the center. And we're going to harmonize the energy across the chest and the shoulders, around the back. Yeah, kind of feels like a robe, like you got a robe on, like a fuzzy robe. Like we're chilling on our Sunday morning on the patio, having some coffee. You got your PJs on or what have you, and you got your robe and you're just chilling. Okay. All right. Nice breath in. Just soften that energy at that chest. Okay. Just soften it for me for just a second. Just let it get soft. It's not complicated, by the way. Anything energetic, intuitive, spiritual is not complicated. If it's complicated, you're not going to do it. And if it's complicated, it's somebody's mind, ego mind is in it. Okay. A step-by-step process is fine. A structure is fine. That's great. If whatever works for you in the now moment, whatever you're harmonizing with, whatever you're learning about, great. Just make sure that you take what works and use it, and what doesn't, just set it aside. Not any one thing is going to fit you perfectly. But you get to decide that. Like, you get to discern that. So just soften the heart space. It's not that hard. I'm going to welcome in and honor and recognize your healing team, your spiritual support helpers aligned with your highest good, an energy of truth, the energy of integrity, the energy connected to God, creator, source, universe, or cosmic consciousness, prime creator, whatever you feel in alignment with that is supportive and loving and encompassing that support and love and acceptance for you here now in this timeline, in this lifetime, in this moment, here now. Okay, hear me. In this lifetime, in this timeline, in this now moment, right now, in this moment. Okay, you can go back to the drama and chaos. It can happen in 2 seconds. It doesn't matter. Right now, though, here now, here now, here now, here now. Presence. That point in the center and the harmony. Feel that softness. Do you feel that? I do. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. All right. We're going to use this. If this is an attunement with you, great. And if it's not, it's okay. Just step back. Put it on mute. Just do some breathing. That's all you need to do. Do what is best for you. Do what feels right and good for you. I don't decide that for you. No teacher decides that. No spiritual guru, card reader, psychic. No, you decide. We just give information. We give the opportunity for perspective. We give invitations to experience, to explore, and to discover what works for you in this now moment, right now. Not forever, for now, for today, for this moment, for right now. Nice breath in. Acknowledging the attunement. Our intent is to attune to what is best for you right now. And I would love to put in here, my intent for you is to feel better. Just a little bit, even just a tiny bit, whether that be to loosen up some stressful energy in the heart, whether that be to cut yourself some slack, to be a little nicer to yourself, okay? Whether that be to just tap into a greater, deeper, more broader, universal source of love that is not defined in the mind or even in the heart and the body, but is ascended and expanded and just gives you that warm feeling, that gentleness, that kindness, that softening energy. That kind of love. That's what I'm talking about. That support and acceptance. That I would really love that for you. But you get to decide. Okay, breathe in. Here we are in our harmonization point, right here. Okay. All right, are we ready? We're just going to do a little ding here. That's it. Feel the energy and the vibration in alignment with your highest self, okay? Let your higher self decide. Yeah. Okay, let's put our hand on our heart. I want to feel that again. I want to feel the vibration in the body. I want to feel that to support you, to help you. This isn't a cure. This isn't answers. This is support, encouragement, acceptance, freedom, appreciation, love, and power in this now moment. Okay, here we go again. I see the imagery of dolphin medicine coming through. So, for my shaman friends, and for those of you who love the animal totems, I see dolphin medicine. For my friends who are star seed energies and who are into the galactic work and the cosmic work at this time, that dolphin energy for me is connected to the Melchizedek method, to the advancement and the advanced technologies of like the Arcturians and to the Palladians and to the Lemurians and to the Atlanteans and all of that goodness, and just the beautiful harmonization of that dolphin energy, the dolphin imagery, and what it all means to all the different types of souls and spirits that are connected to that. And when I say that as well, I see two archangels coming in. That is Archangel Metatron and Archangel Sandolphin. They are the bros, the ones who have been the humans. And so they really understand what it's like to be in a body and have the whole body mass thing and the mind thing. So they really get it. Metatron is that beautiful lilac lavender energy, that energy of alignment, the sacred chiropractor. And we have Sandolphin, who brings in a different energetic vibration, very medicine-like for the dream state, for the dream time. Has a little bit of like a sort of a golden energetic from what I am seeing. This is my interpretation. This isn't necessarily how you will interpret Sandolphin, but this is my interpretation in this now moment. A little bit of gold, and then some of this green energy, kind of like an adventuring color. For those of you who are in the crystals, it's like that a little bit. And it's really dreamy state. So it could mean your dreams. We remember we just had that full moon on Friday. So I'm sorry, the new moon on Friday. So it could be that, connected to that, and just an acknowledgement for you or an affirmation for you on that. But it could also mean a little bit of a sense of hope that might be coming through some healing of some past hurts or some past perceived mistakes that have been made around your dreams, or things that you're trying to manifest in this lifetime, things that you're trying to create in this lifetime. And it's okay. It's okay. There's this energy vibe of potentially, maybe you're on the cusp of a fresh start based upon your own forgiveness of yourself for past perceived mistakes. Okay. So those messages are for you, those of you who are listening. So if it applies to you, it's yours, because your healing team is here to help support that. And if it doesn't, it's not yours. Don't make it, don't force it. What feels in alignment is in alignment. Harmonize this energy. Nice breath in. And an exhale out. We'll do one more tone, and then we will wrap the Sunday morning coffee. It's been more of like a healing session. It's been more of an interactive experience. Cheers to you, Sunday morning coffee goers. Are you ready? Let's make this one count. Okay, here we go. Oh, that was so little, wasn't it? Oh, I'm grateful for that gentleness. Did you feel that gentleness? Oh, I also have an Archangel Hannah energy vibe coming in, that compassionate energy. I have an Archangel Hannah vibe coming in for someone. Now, she's a really great archangel to have around for all of the empathic energies. Okay, very nurturing, loving, grandmotherly energy. Maybe just a reminder to be gentle with yourself today, potentially. Be gentle with yourself. Do you think maybe you could do that? It might be worth a shot to give it a try. I want to say hello again in the chat to all of you who are here. Hello, Wade. Nice to see you. Hi, Seal. Oh, hello. Nice to see you. Hi, Jamie. Nice to see you this morning. Just a lot of love and appreciation for all of you who join us here on our Sunday morning coffee podcast episodes. Tomorrow is Monday, and I will be here. Of course, I will be, because I got to help you into the week. We are going into a week here in the United States. We just had a 4th of July, which was like a holiday thing on Thursday. And then Fridays, a lot of people were taken off and people have traveled and had barbecues. I saw some barbecues yesterday when I went into town. I thought, oh, fun. How fun. People are just hanging out together. And so Sunday's kind of the ramping down day, the packing up, the heading back home. So Monday, we will step back into that workflow, that work week, that routine again, and we're already in July. We're already in July. So of course I'll be here for you. I'm not sure what the topic will be tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what I just show up in the moment, and whatever's going to come in or come through, I will show up for and be present for, because I am a channel. That's what I am. I mean, and I'm also the sacred container, right? So it is my pleasure to be here. I hope that I've inspired your spirit today, that in collaboration with all these cool spiritual energies that are supporting and loving you, in addition to our special visitors today with Archangel Metatron, Hannah, and Sandolphin, and of course, Gabriel, because I mentioned Gabriel because I love Gabriel. Gabriel, I love you so much. Oh, Gabriel. Oh, my golden friend. Communication and connection. Without you, I would be so bored. So bored. So I hope we've inspired your spirit, filled you with some hope today, and encouraged you to be in this now moment. This is your life, my friend. It's yours. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here on this planet, on this timeline, at this time, in this now moment, just for today. This is your life. So live it. Just live it. Thanks for being here. Thanks in the chat. See you tomorrow.